Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied. Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. Shoot you between the balls.
The disease. And I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
Hello and welcome to Give Me Back My Action Movies. My name is Pete. It is my birthday month. Well, actually, I'm sharing it with Nate, but it is my birthday pick this time. So tonight we're going to be watching Lone Wolf and Cub, the original Sword of Vengeance, 1974. Joining me tonight, as always, Charlie. How you doing, Charlie?
That is me. How's that driver's seat
feel?
feel?
It feels comfy. I like it.
All right.
I think I'll do it more often. And Nate is with us too. Hello, Nate.
I'm always scared when he's in the driver's seat.
Indeed. You never know. Last time I was in the driver's seat, I got ejected through the front. It was cool.
That's actually a fact.
That happened.
It's a real story.
Next up, from all the way across town, my buddy and compatriot of Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, Troy, is with us.
Hello!
Wonderful. And of course, last but not least, someone we have never met before, a brand new guest host here on Give Me Back My Action Movies. From reviewing history, we got ourselves Brian all the way out of New York. Good day, Brian.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Wonderful to meet you. I've been excited to talk to you. I have listened to quite a few of your episodes. Your spooky month was a lot of fun. I hope you do the same thing this year.
Definitely going to.
Yeah, I really, most of the movies aren't for me, but the way you guys present them with historical points, it's a lot of fun to listen to. So if you haven't checked them out, please go do so. So, hey, Brian, well, how does it feel? How does it feel to be on Give Me Back My Action Movies?
I'm very excited because, honestly, the movies we cover on my show most of the time aren't for me. I prefer trash. So,
welcome to the party.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So I'm excited to talk about fun things.
Oh,
Wow.
You're on the wrong episode for that one
Yeah.
tonight, sir.
Boy.
There might be problems.
Here we go.
We've got some dissonance here in the podcast. So yes, tonight from 1972, we are watching Lone Wolf and Cub, Sword of Vengeance. This is the first of 6 films in the series, all based off of one of the seminal manga of all time. This is ranked in the top 5 manga almost in everyone's list. It's a marvelous story. Sword of Vengeance comes out of the Edo period of Japan, the Tokugawa rule, as he had brought together Troy just is showing off his. Is that all of them, dude?
Oh, God, no. There's 28 of these things.
Oh, right.
Oh, good Lord.
And you need a magnifying glass to read that.
I say they look so tiny. Like you look so muscular holding them.
I know. Raw.
Yeah.
So,
I hold phone books in my hands the size of...
if only the audience could see this. Anyway, again, from the Edo period, 1600 to 1867. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is the Edo period of the Tokugawa reign. It is an area of relative peace compared to where things came from. They had prefectures that were constantly warring, and Emperor Tokugawa was able to sort of bring everyone together in relative peace. There's still a lot of warring going on, but this led straight into the modernization of Japan and how we know and see of them today. So this is the last bastion of the samurai, and a really fascinating period in Japanese history. I don't know. I'm not an expert at it by any stretch of the imagination, but that's what I know. And maybe I should ask the rest of you, what is your first experience with Lone Wolf and Cub? Let's go with Troy.
Me.
I got into this because Frank Miller.
Oh, of course.
Like Frank Miller did the covers and did the introductions to the first comics, which is the name of the company that put them out. And I was a huge Daredevil fan at the time. He was in the middle of his Daredevil run, maybe, I think, and at least that was when I was reading them, and kept picking up Lone Wolf and Cub.
The collections or the
they had some
novels?
collections, but they were not these little tiny phone books that are
They reprinted them.
That are the Dark Horse. There's been several reprints of these things now. These are the Dark Horse series, which are my favorite. They're small and they're really pretty. Look great on the shelf.
Like Troy.
Just
like me. I look great on the shelf. But
Small,
so Frank
compact, fits in your pocket.
Frank Miller raved about these things, so I finally started picking them up and reading them, and I could totally see why. They are beautiful books, and apparently he was cranking these things out lightning fast. He was doing I saw someplace that it was like 68 pages a month, which is ridiculous because there's one guy doing all the art
and one guy doing all the writing. So they were a team.
And American Comics, you get 22 pages a month, and that's a lot of work to get that out. So for them to be so beautiful and so dashed out so quickly is just mind-blowing to me.
Excellent. Brian, looks like you have a little bit of background with this. Lay it on us, brother.
So, I mean, the first time I heard of Lone Wolf and Cub was when Mandalorian season 1 came out. You know, you heard all the comparisons of Lone Wolf and Cub. Now, I was lazy and I didn't bother to do any research beyond that. And I probably never would have watched this if it wasn't for you guys doing the show. Whoa. But, I did a little bit of deep diving after because, I wanted to know more. And I saw that this has been reprinted, and I definitely want to go and read the books now. I want to check that out. So
wonderful. Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
You got any experience with Lone Wolf and Cub, sir?
So it's been on my radar since Bob's Burgers did. I think it was Hawk and
Oh yeah,
Cub.
a Hawk and Sparrow or something, right?
Something like that. Like they had a parody.
It was very
of it,
funny.
And I was like, I wonder what they're paying homage to. And I found out it was Lone Wolf and Cub, and that there was all these movies, and that they all came out in the same year. But then I never watched them. And then you made me watch this. So that's my history with Lone Wolf and Cub. Yep. That's what I know about this. Hey.
Oh. How about you, Evil Overlord?
So normally I would say this is the first time I'd ever seen it till I watched it.
Yep.
And I messaged Pete going, why is this movie familiar? Like I've seen parts of this, yet I've never watched this movie. And I found out that sort of Vengence and one other one, like
Baby Card from the Baby Card on
River
the
Styx.
River Styx were meshed together to create Shogun Assassin, which is, as far as the American side of these type of martial art movies, is top tier. Everyone knows of Shogun Assassin.
Yep.
Wu-Tang Clan has sampled it forever. Tarantino makes direct references to it, especially throughout the Kill Bill series. They're literally watching the movie at the end of Kill Bill Part 2. I had watched Shogun Assassin really early on, like mid-90s. And that was the last time I had watched it, because I'm never super huge on martial arts, especially the older martial arts movies. I like the newer ones. So I never knew anything about Lone Wolf and Cub or anything like that. So I was looking forward to this episode. When Pete told us this is what we were watching, I was excited. They're all on Max right now. So if you do like these things, you can just click on Max and watch them.
And they're as far as time, they're affordable with time. They're only about 90 minutes each.
Yeah, they're an hour and a half. They're not bad. So Pete, I got a birthday present for you. This is your birthday. Because I was worried that yet again you've picked another fucking movie that doesn't have a trailer.
Oh yeah,
that we can play on the podcast that we usually like to do. Well, that's true when it comes to Sword of Vengeance. But what I did find was a commercial or a trailer for all of Lone Wolf and Cub as an entire series. So I'm going to play that for you, and then I'm going to fill you in on something afterwards.
Great. Let's
In the bygone era of feudal Japan, Ogami Ito, the shogun's executioner, had glory, honor, loyalty, and a family. Until everything was taken from him. Everything except for his son. With his young son in his arms and his sword at hand, Ito sets off on a journey to avenge the death of his wife and clan as an assassin for hire. The deadliest duo imaginable is a father and son who could take on an entire army, known far and wide as Lone Wolf and Cub, walking a thin line between life and death, cutting down all who stand in the way of revenge. They take on corruption, villainy, ninjas, samurai. Anyone is a target for the right price. Forged in battle and tested in fire, with no allegiance but to themselves, on the bloody road to hell. They are assassins. They are vengeance. They are Lone Wolf and Cub.
Outstanding. That's
so
great.
I messaged Pete right after I got done, or I messaged in the group right after I got done. I found that, and I was pissed because that trailer is the most badass action-filled trailer I have ever watched. There is a part that I'm guessing is in a different movie, one of the other 5 than this one, that they drop a trapdoor down off of the crib and 10 Gatling gun machine guns fly out of it, mowing people down. You hear it in the trailer. And it pissed me off because that was not in the movie I watched.
Oh, I get it.
Did we have to start at 1 apparently? Because this series apparently gets more badass.
You low son of a bitch.
So yeah, Nate, there was Gatling guns. The kid looks a little older because it's the same kid throughout all the movies.
Yeah.
And the kid gets involved in the killings. And I was like, I think I would rather watch those movies.
Yeah, because he didn't even get revenge in this movie.
Nope.
No revenge.
There's 28 of these.
Yeah, right.
There's a long story to be told, and this is setting everything up. This is the beginning.
You lost me on book 1. You lost me on story 1.
And not everything in this film is in book 1. Some of it is in book 2, and it does suffer from one of the things that this does suffer from is, especially to the American viewing crowd, it doesn't always tell everything in a linear fashion, and they don't do a good job of telling you it's a flashback.
No,
so
I had
there are some.
no idea.
Don't apologize. This is not something you apologize for. This is a fucking classic.
No,
this is gorgeous.
For the uncultured, like Nate and Charlie, they might need a little. I might need to hold their hand through how these movies are to be watched. I mean, you just have to. You really have to pay attention and stay off your phones.
Oh, I was not on my phone.
Keep your finger out of your nose.
My subtitles on, and I don't know who the hell any of these people are. I don't know what the hell's going on. Why is that woman got her titty out and got that kid's mouth in her titty? What the fuck happened to that guy's head? Who the fuck is that guy?
It was removed from his shoulders. Wow. Brian, help me out here.
Yeah.
So I really dug it. Like, I like that, like, they kind of throw in, like, this surreal element where there's, like, he's walking and there's fire on one side of him, water on the other side.
Yeah.
It's like, the director is like, yeah, let's get fucking weird, and I like that they're not afraid to make things weird and surreal. Like the second one, they kind of lose that. I feel like it's less surreal. It's more straightforward. I watched that one too. But this one is like, there's weird shit happening and you just kind of got to roll with it. I dug it.
Excellent. Yeah. See, you guys are weird.
Weird.
It does.
This movie starts with him murdering a child that it takes me 10 minutes to figure out why.
It's his job.
It doesn't tell me that until like 10 minutes later.
I still didn't understand why. Because then they're like, his wife's dead. But the 3 people that killed his wife committed seppuku, I think.
No.
Well, the people that sent the police to his house
to raid his home
committed seppuku.
So look, look before Pete tries to do this and turn this back on me and you, Nate, being uncultured.
Yeah,
look, I get what's happening here. The Shogun is taking out all of the other families and warlords if they don't bow down to him. They have to, do their own death, the suicide. I don't want to mess up the word seppuku, whatever it is. Seppuku. The reason we watch him kill a child is the child cannot commit seppuku and cannot be killed by one of its own members of its clan.
From that.
So the executioner is the one that had to kill the kid. And then later, the Shogun is so scared of the power the executioner has, he basically sets him up as a, turncoat, whatever it is, and sends the police after him. And it's the rest of the movie is basically the Shogun, who he used to work for, is now trying to kill him the rest of the movie.
Kind of. There's another clan.
Yes.
There is?
There's the Yagu clan that are the assassins in this whole hierarchy. And that the assassin clan, the Yagu, they want that position. That position is...
They want to do both positions. They want to be assassins. And the pinnacle is what Ogami's...
Right. But the Shogun's not stopping these assassin guys, though.
No, he's got other shit to take care of.
But
I'm saying
he's a Shogun of Japan.
He's on his own. Later, he's a demon.
Right?
The thing that I think is also getting lost on an American audience, too, is like the way the clan system worked is it's almost like individual... governances or almost mafia style families where like there's tribute paid up. So it really is run almost mafia style. So it's like he's the head of kind of his family, and then there's the Yagu clan where they're the head of his, and they want to take his power and stuff. And it's really, he has to go into exile until he can come back and kick enough ass to kill all the Yagu, which doesn't happen.
Who was the dude?
Right, that doesn't happen.
Who's the dude then with the weird face that looks golden?
Yeah, that's the head of the Yagu
guy.
clan.
Yeah,
that's the head of the Yagu.
He doesn't kill the dude. It's called Sword of Vengeance. No vengeance.
It's 6 movies, dude.
28 editions, man.
All right, this one is called Sword of Vengeance, though. I expect vengeance. And then on top of that, there's people that do some really bad things in this movie, and he doesn't kill them. Instead, he has sex by laying plank on another woman. He planked her.
Pete set up a rule early on this show that there were certain movies that we would not cover on this show because they're not worth putting a spotlight on. And that's anything that contains rape. And I'm watching this movie, and that happens in this movie.
It's super gross.
It is.
It is.
Like, and not only her, she dies from it. And everyone laughs.
And then we text Pete, and he's like, I don't remember what you're talking about, because he picks movies that he doesn't remember watching. And he doesn't remember certain plot points of the movie. And that's the problem, because then there's 5 other movies. Apparently, one of them's got a Gatling gun, and he could have picked that one because you know what?
Yeah.
I really don't care about the storyline because I had no fucking idea what was going on the whole time. So you could have picked movie 3, and I've been like, I still don't know what the fuck's going on. So it's cool. This one's got a Gatling gun, and the little kid picked the sword, but he doesn't use it. But he picked it.
Take a breath, dude. Yeah. Take your medicine.
I've been waiting for this moment.
This movie is full of vignettes or vignettes, whatever. Much like the manga.
And then
exactly.
Basically,
and through these vignettes, they tell the story about where he came from and where he is eventually going to go. And it doesn't necessarily translate well into a single film, but the overall story is marvelous. Not to even put too fine a point on how gorgeous the countryside is.
Oh,
this film
the setting is gorgeous.
Drop dead gorgeous. Every little bit
Beautiful.
of it, even the rough spots.
My favorite is the water scene where he fights them at the waterfalls.
Yeah, water scene was sweet.
I loved that. I also could not help but bust out laughing when the dude over the other clan, the weird looking guy, is standing up there going, "Oh no, he's getting ready to use the water style of fighting."
Right.
And he lowers the sword under the water
and
then flicks it up like, "My guys have no chance against this guy." Oh God. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was like the water will make the sword tougher. I was like, I don't know if there's any science behind that, but okay. And also I was like, well, just use an arrow, like a bow and arrow. Just get him. Like, you have the high ground. He doesn't even know you're there.
Someone used a handgun on him, and he defeated that dude quite easily.
Okay, we'll talk about the handgun in a little bit. Nate's literally over here being Scott from Austin Powers. Going, look, I got a gun. Let's go get it. It's in my room.
We can do it together. You're gonna let him get away. I was just like, go. You have all these guys like just grab bows and arrows. That's how a hero worked. They went, we can't defeat him because he's a hero. We'll get everyone to have bows and arrows and we'll shoot him.
I love the part where they have him surrounded, and it's after the really weird, I'm going to have a really heart-to-heart talk with my son, very meaningful, that you must choose to go with your mother, who is dead, which means I'm going to kill you.
Yep.
Or you join me on this path. And he puts the sword in the ground, and the kid picks the sword. That was
awesome.
badass.
Awesome.
Especially when he does go, and I know you know nothing of what I am saying, but you must choose. And then when the kid chooses, he goes, I believe the other choice would have been easier for you, my son.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's hard as shit. Then he goes outside, and the clan has him surrounded. And I'm like, oh shit, this could be cool.
That's the shogunate. They're there to witness him commit seppuku.
Yeah, so they're surrounded him,
and they're in all white. They look cool.
He's supposed to dress in white because that's what you're supposed to do when you do this. And they're oh, very good. You've done this the traditional way. And then he gives them double birds.
He gives them double birds by stripping the white cloak off of him, and he has this insignia of, I'm guessing, whatever the executioner is.
I didn't know what any of that meant. He revealed something, and I was like, oh, it's two butterflies.
It's the hollyhock.
The hollyhock. That's what it was. So he has like multiple patches of the hollyhock over him, and basically he's like, none of you bitches would dare strike me down with this power I'm wearing right now.
Right. That's literally the Tokugawa symbol. That is the show.
Yeah.
Symbol.
And he literally goes, and the fact you even have your swords drawn is bad enough, and they all put their swords on. I was like, at that point, I'm like fully into this movie. I'm like, yes, I'm loving it. And then it just goes downhill after all that, man. I was just, good God.
It's cool. He's duel in the field where he blinds the guy with the mirror on Goro's head.
That was badass too. But the barter town he goes to for the hot springs, and he crosses the bridge with these like thug type guys, and I'm like, we're gonna cut the bridge if you try to cross it. He's like, bitch, how you gonna get across if you cut the bridge?
Oh, this guy's wise. All right,
yeah,
you're right.
But he gives up his sword. He basically becomes a prisoner. I was like, I don't like this. Then that's when all the nastiness of the movie started.
That was one of the vignettes in the original manga, the very first issue, and it was just filler to show you what a badass this guy is. And that fight at the end, after all the grossness happens, is something to behold. It is a hell of a fight. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
What a badass this guy is, top to bottom.
Fight scenes were nothing I was upset about in this movie, period. It does really drag for a little while.
For an 80-minute film, it drags.
I won't
It's
disagree.
very
a lot of talk.
how?
Brian, what about you, brother? What are you thinking about it so far at this point?
Some things could definitely be sped up. Like, it's not like, the most quickly paced thing, but I think that the action you get is so strong that it's like I'm willing to deal with, more slow moments in between. But the lead actor, his performance, I think, is really strong. I know it's mostly him just, "Ugh," and he's like, being gruff and talking stoic.
I thought that was
Staring
everyone.
at people.
Yeah, I thought he's like, he's effective and like he looks like a badass with the sword. And when he's like standing there with the prostitute in like his man diaper, he's like a little chubby. I was looking into how he got the part. Did you guys know he was like how he got the part?
Did he show up
No, I
in the
didn't
man
read that part.
diaper?
No,
He showed up at the manga writer's house and like came in with a sword and started swinging it around, doing like flips and shit. And the writer was so impressed with him, he cast him there and was like, "You're the guy."
he's a legit martial artist.
See,
Yeah.
that
he's
kid
trained in a number of things.
that did the Star Wars thing with the broom in his garage like 15 years ago would have done that at George Lucas's house. He might have been in one of the episodes. We never know.
Or the cops would have got called on him. Either or.
One
you
of
know,
the two.
But yeah, I will not fault that I loved all the fight scenes. This dude does fit. I like this persona of like the executioner. He is the end all be all. He is basically the second hand to the Shogun as far as his reach out among the clans. I got all that. But the problem was I got all that eventually. And I do know it's part of the storytelling. I did read part of the reason why there was some of this grossness in the movie was this was a point in Japanese cinema that they went, we got to start pushing the edge a little bit more. And we're also talking about 1970s Japan.
They were also losing a lot of viewers to television at that time. I mean,
television was killing everything.
Toho was struggling so hard, even with the Godzilla movies. They were losing admission tickets to theaters because of television, and they were trying to ramp things up for sure. And that led to all this exploitation coming from Japan. There's a lot gentlemen, there's a lot worse coming out of Japan in this time period.
No doubt. I don't.
And not to be
female prisoner movies.
This is not just pure exploitation either. All that stuff is in the mangas as well.
And that's manga, which and that was another thing. I didn't.
Panel, all that stuff, all that gross stuff, almost panel for panel, is in the manga. The woman breastfeeding earlier was told a little differently. It wasn't so frenetic. It was a little more, here's some money.
Yeah, that was so like, we need
different.
an excuse to put a woman's boob in here. Because as far as anything else,
right out the gate,
honestly, you know what would have made it better? And I'm not saying to take anything away from it. He should have gotten paid for it because, he's a sword for hire, son for hire.
Right.
That would have been like, oh, okay, he's going to get paid.
Wouldn't have been true to the manga, though. I mean, the manga was he didn't.
And I think they needed to show how far he'd fallen.
But I have zero knowledge of the manga, though. Even when I watched it, until after when you guys were telling me stuff, I didn't know this is basically what we have now. Whenever a movie comes out, it's based on a comic book. The mangas were Japanese comics to a degree.
If this is 1972, I don't know when the manga came out, but it's got to be older then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was
70s. It was first published in 1970.
It was 70 to 72.
So they made a movie immediately.
Yeah, and then like when Charlie said that there's whatever the American version was, it takes the first two movies and splice them together.
Shogun Assassin.
I was like, well, I'd rather have just seen that. I feel like at this point, because I have
the
no
Shogun
idea.
Assassin. It only uses like 15 minutes out of the original film, and the rest of it is baby cart on the river Styx.
Right.
That sound right?
Yeah. It's all Lone Wolf and Cub, but it's 15 or 20 minutes of Sword of Vengeance.
Yeah.
The rest of it is the other one because basically Sword of Vengeance is their origin in the movie to explain where they are, the kid being a baby, and then the kid's older. What I remember, and this is hilarious, I told Pete this, our buddies over at Action podcast literally released an episode today as we record of Shogun Assassin. And I was like, what are the freaking odds? So I actually listened to their episode today to kind of
Serendipity in the podcast
refresh myself.
world.
And one of the beautiful things that for the American audiences that Japan didn't know to do was they actually had the kid narrating the movie in Shogun Assassin, telling you what's happened, who my dad is. He is the executioner of the Shogun. So you get this storytelling element to help the audience understand.
It's spoon-fed to the American audience because they can't possibly comprehend another culture other than theirs.
Yeah.
This movie was confusing.
This movie was confusing as could be for me.
Yeah. It was flat out confusing.
It was throwing out all these names. I went, who the hell's that guy? What are we talking about? Who's Hikari?
Who's Hulk? Yeah. Who's Hawkeye? Thor, I don't know these people.
That's the difference. I've read those comics. I know who Hulk and Hawkeye are.
I know those.
I didn't read these manga.
Besides some English bullshit.
Now,
I'm English.
Yeah.
I'm American.
In the country. This is what we had.
We'd have been burned at the stake if I was reading mangas back in the 90s, man.
The wedgies would still be felt to this day.
I'd have been branded a communist and done, and that would have been it. Do you realize where I live, Pete? Jesus.
You lived in Columbus for a while, though, so.
Not when I should have been reading mangas, I guess. I don't know. That's fair. Talk to Brian some more. He's being real quiet for guessing on the show.
Probably because myself and Charlie have rocked the room, and we didn't mean to, but it's Pete's fault once again.
I know. Hey, Brian, I do want to ask, you are a deep diver. You are... on your show, you all the three of you get down and dirty and intimate with your subjects. Were you able to do that? Yeah, well, I would hope so. I mean,
as all good podcasts do.
Jobs around. I mean, complete circle jerk during your recordings. Were you able to deep dive into any of this? Did you get an opportunity?
Oh yeah. So I watched the second one the next day. I'm going to watch the third one tonight. Nice. I fell in love with the series right away. Like, I'm all about it. And like, I've been like, I'm trying to lose weight. So I've been going for walks and I have a newborn and I'm pushing the stroller. And the whole time I'm like, man, I really wish someone would just come and fuck with me right now. Cause I totally want to go like full sweet. Fucking
That's badass. Period. That's unfair right now, Pete. Let me just say that's unfair.
Got a kid, so that means he gets a cart. That's not
listen,
fair.
Charlie's a woodworker and he's really good at what he does. I bet if we would talk to him, he could probably make you some sort of a badass buggy for your baby.
Yeah,
badass
and if someone were to happen to pop out with 2 rifles and shoot at said cart, I bet
I don't have any babies.
Also
I want Charlie to make me a baby buggy.
I will make you a baby.
You could put
buggy.
the pups in the baby cart.
That'd be a big baby cart.
Yeah,
those are big dogs.
That's a big baby cart in this movie. Let's be honest. That's not a light baby cart.
So, when I get into something, I kind of like get stuck on that for a while. So like after this, I added like to my HBO Max, I added like all like the samurai shit they had. I started reading the Wikipedia. Yeah, they do. I started reading the Wikipedia about the, the whole series. And like I'm hook, line, and sinker on Lone Wolf and Cub now. Like I fucking love it.
Yeah.
So have you dipped your toe into the Zatoichi, the blind swordsman, at all?
I think I saw one of them years ago. So I had my, I think all cinephiles, you get into your foreign film phase where you start just watching everything. So I think if I remember, Takashi Miike did one later.
He did a more recent one, yes.
Yeah, I saw. That's the only one of those I've seen.
Hey, you're right in the high country. That's a really good film. But the old stuff is a whole lot of fun too. It's more in the vein of what we just watched. But it's still worth watching the Zatoichi stuff. There is a lot of it though, so it's like watching Doctor Who or Ultraman. There's so much of it.
I love that. I love when it's something that it's like there's a lot to chew on and learn. It's like I would love, like, if I was just born now and, like, I didn't know what Marvel is or I woke up from a coma and they were like, hey, there's this MCU thing. And it's like I have, like, 26 movies to watch. I would love that.
Can you imagine? Well, picture your kid right now getting into the Marvel Universe. How overwhelming is that? I mean,
she's not going to have a choice.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
Trust me, it's fun to catch up on these things.
Indoctrinate her.
I'm doing it with Millie.
Of course. Well, you're making her watch Buffy right now, so good
Yeah.
Good for you.
I've been putting Millie through all the Marvel movies, and it's been a blast catching all that up. So I can imagine.
Is
Honestly,
she following
I'm
it?
catching up. Huh?
Is she following it? Because there's a lot to digest there.
Oh, she's into it. She's into it deep.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I honestly am like, because like I've always liked samurai and all this stuff.
Mhm.
Like, but I have never seen Seventh Samurai.
Oh,
Finally, like it's on Max, and that's actually how I found the Lone Wolf and Cub movies, because I didn't know that those were on there either. And I saw Seven Samurai was on there. I was like, oh my god, I can finally watch this stupid movie I've been meaning to forever. Watch that, and afterwards it says you may also like, and I was like, Lone Wolf and Cub is on here, so I started watching.
Did you watch it all in one swoop? Because it's like 3.5 hours, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I sat down and just.
Oh, God bless you.
People has to watch movies in 3 settings. I don't understand.
Go see Yojimbo. Go see Yojimbo straight away.
Yojimbo is awesome.
Sanjuro also,
yes.
and then I lost it. Toshiro Mifune's in it also.
Hidden Fortress?
Nope. Nah, that was okay. I know that has a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars ripped that off.
Yojimbo is where we get the blood spray from. That is where that originated that's on accident. That is the truth. It was accidental that they had way too much pressure behind one of the bloodlines.
Really?
Because the actor of Yojimbo, the reason they didn't like cut it is because he stood there as if it was supposed to happen, and no one else reacted. So that's why that still stayed in the film. And now that's the trope everywhere.
Became the style,
now it's iconic.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Rashomon was the one I was thinking of, Troy. Rashomon is, you got to see that. That's wonderful.
Okay.
Yep. So, all right. Well, now that Nate's technical difficulties are over, I think we'll take a quick commercial break. What do you think, guys?
Do it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you got for this, Charlie.
Nate got too rambunctious. Oh, I think you're going to enjoy your other birthday present that I got you on your ad break. So we'll be right back.
Let's do it.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Do you like horror movies?
Do you like hanging out with your friends?
Do you like having a laugh?
Do you like podcasts?
Well, you should check out our podcast, Spoils of Horror.
We're not a review show.
We're a horror movie hangout where we talk about movies that are lost, forgotten, popular, and bizarre, all in the scary realm.
You can listen to our podcast while you're doing just about anything.
You could be washing your dishes.
You could be washing your cat.
You could be washing your genitals. All forms of genitals accepted.
We are a fully inclusive genitalia show.
Yes, we are the #1 ideal podcast for washing your genitals.
Our genital Yelp reviews are unsurpassed.
5.5 stars.
You don't want to know where that half came from.
Now that you know that, check us out on all major platforms.
You can search for Spoils of Horror on all social media sites.
Come and hang out with us. We'd love to see you.
And your genitals.
Bye.
The Shogun Warriors. Guy King with rocket boosters. Great Mazinga with rocket launcher.
Look, it's Godzilla!
Is he friend or foe? You can decide.
Wow.
Launch his claw. Imagine his breath is a blast of fire.
Good warning!
The large Shogun Warriors and Godzilla. They're ready to strike when you are. The Shogun Warriors, Great Mazinga, Guy King, and Godzilla, each sold separately. Accessories not for use with smaller Shogun Warriors from Mattel.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
All right, as we come back from the commercial where I play Pete a very special drop, he takes his headphones off and runs to the corner of his to show us the toy the commercial's about. But I'm like, I did this for you to hear.
But I have an original Mattel Godzilla Shogun Warrior in box.
It was in box.
It's my toy from the late 70s. Yeah.
On my next birthday episode, Charlie, I won't run away from you.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. Don't run away from me.
What is going on?
I'll also pick an action movie with action.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's talk about this action, Nate.
No, I appreciate what it
Mhm.
does for 1972 because
What are you
movie
talking
has
about?
a
It does
decapitation?
okay for 72. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying like
There's
it has a
decapitations.
decapitation. You get
Somebody's
blood sprays.
legs
Yeah,
plural
a guy
gets
gets
cut
cotton
off.
hilled, as Charlie put it in the group text.
I coined that one.
Yes.
They done took my legs.
When there is action, it
You got
is
Lieutenant Dan.
quite a bit of fun. There's just not much, like at all.
Are you kidding? There are 3 big fights in it, and the last one is the best one of them all.
The last one's pretty awesome, but the people I wanted to die didn't even die.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Nick! There's 6 movies.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of bad people
Like,
right there in the
you
town.
don't-
Did you
You
want
don't-
Darth Vader to die at the end of Star Wars? Did
Right.
you?
The first Star Wars, right?
But I knew there was more to those, and I know there's more to this, but we watch a bunch of bad people do bad things, and he doesn't do jack shit.
So
That's
maybe you
not
should
his
watch the rest-
mission.
Right. His mission is
He's eye on the prize, and I think it's showing that. It's like he doesn't give a shit about anybody else's problems. He's like, I gotta get my money so I can get my revenge, you know? And he even like he calls himself a demon.
He's walking the path. He's walking the path
that
of
was
hell.
badass.
Yeah, that's it.
I just have an issue that he bones down with a chick with his kid in the same room, and I'm
So-
pretty sure they filmed it with the kid in the room.
That's actually showing how far the samurai has fallen. He's no longer a samurai.
Yeah, he
He's a
fell
ronin.
right on her, flat, boom.
Yeah, and then he didn't move. It was like the
That's
planking
not-
challenge of 10
A,
years
sa-
ago.
a samurai would never do that. He would never lower himself to bed a prostitute. But now that he is completely, he's turned his back on his original. I don't know his view on life. He's no longer a samurai. He's
His honor.
completely his honor. Yes, he no longer has honor. He no longer has
I-
self.
My other issue. I
The
don't want
villains
to
are kind of cucks, right?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
we want to
Totally
watch
are.
you have sex, man.
Oh yeah.
That made it worse.
What's up with that? And I'm
That
like, why don't
made-
you kill them all? Like,
that
just
made
kill
it
all of them.
so much worse. And then the fact that the prostitute is like, I don't want to do this. This is stupid.
She'd rather
But
kill herself.
she'd rather kill herself. She takes her clothes off, and then our hero, our demon, takes his clothes off and basically like, look, I'm going to make these guys
He
shut
takes
up.
his clothes off first, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, that looks good."
Well,
to me."
she was topless. She didn't. She took her bottoms off afterwards, but yeah, she took her top off first because she was just showing the goods. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, they showed it, but he's basically like telling them, like, we're just gonna make these guys shut up. She's stone faced this entire interlude, like she is not digging it when I'm watching it. Not 3 minutes later, she's talking to them about it. And basically she's like, that's the best sex I've had forever. This is the best guy ever. I'm like,
what'd he do?
Woman? Yeah. He didn't do anything. And you look like you were dead. And now that is the greatest guy ever.
And I've been uncomfortable for so long now.
That's how me and my wife do it, and I haven't had any complaints. We
Did
just
have a
lay
baby.
there and silently stare. We have a child, you know?
You've got a kid, right?
I got
Something
three.
works.
I guess I should have look inward more than I do that. But then I did love, like, towards the end, like after everything happens, because we're still talking about the prostitute, where she's like, hey, we're an item now. And he's like, nope. Later, tater, and left. And I was like, I dig that. I like this guy because of that part.
Well, he's already carrying around a kid, like, which is honestly an anchor for what he's doing. I mean, like, this is a handicap that he's
it's
got
an
to carry
Achilles
around
heel,
all
right.
time.
Yeah, but that kid picked the sword, so like you got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently in the trailer, I get to watch that kid turn into a badass, and I'm pissed that I still haven't seen those movies yet.
It's coming, man. You just gotta
And watch the rest of them. Quit bitching.
I'm
you
bitching
didn't
because
pick
now I have
someone.
to.
I could have easily started with part 4 in this and would have not cared. But
Yeah.
here I
No,
am.
Would have
you
never.
really need to see the bleed up. You can't.
Would've
You can't watch the
never
last
bothered me.
episode of Mandalorian and go, "Oh, that was satisfying."
But here's the thing. I enjoy Mandalorian.
But you needed to watch it from the beginning.
I mean, kind of, but if you showed me all the
for
cool
heaven's
shit-
sake.
If there's anything, season 3 proves that they do not know what they're doing with the overarching story.
Well, in season 1 and 2, they're following, Lone Wolf and Cub shit.
Indeed.
And then season 3, they're like, yeah, we're not doing Lone Wolf and Cub. It's a story
Anymore.
about another character.
Well, I feel
You know?
like this is
Yep.
that perfect example of a movie that has had all this hype for a few years for me, and I finally got to watch it, and I'm like let down because it didn't live up to all of this
You
mysterious...
built it too high.
Yeah, it got too high
mind.
on the pedestal. So
This seems to be
me,
a
as I'm
common
watching
theme
it,
with films that I pick with you two assholes.
No. We blatantly hated most of the other ones you picked.
Yeah,
this one
we were excited because we're like, it's samurai. It has this like mystique to it, and it's got this legend. And then I'm watching it, and like a part of me is like, this feels like the 1960 westerns that would be recommended to me. I'm like, I
The
don't like
1960 westerns took everything from the Japanese samurai films.
No,
But-
yeah,
Yep.
that, I mean, we can
Everything.
all admit that. Yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
American westerns owe everything to the Japanese samurai films.
That's basically Shane is a
But what I'm
remake of
saying
Yojimbo
is, like-
and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's all.
I don't care to watch those. So
Fistful of
then I'm
Dollars.
watching this, and I was like, all right, what else came out in 1972? I'm like, well, The Godfather
Magnificent
came out,
Seven.
and that's like one of the greatest movies ever. Like, for some reason, this
Well,
one...
you going
so
to
it
compare anything to The Godfather? I mean,
Well, no, I'm not comparing it to The Godfather. I'm just saying, like, was there other stuff in 72 that I watched and went, don't really care for it? And that's not the case. Like, there's still films that
I'm
I
sure there's
enjoy
plenty
from
of
this
movies
era.
that came out in 1972 that you're like, I don't care about.
Yeah, oh yeah,
This
there definitely
was-
is. This is just something that didn't live up to the expectation that I had in my head, and now
Right.
I'm just disappointed.
And I am on record on the last episode saying how excited I was to watch this movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I want to say that. Like, this wasn't like, oh God, Pete picked another shitty movie.
No,
that I
like
gotta
he picked this. And
like I was excited to
Wait till
watch
next week.
that word. Because I don't know what movie it is yet, but I did look
know.
up that director and I
Yeah,
went, damn it. A lot of werewolves, and I'm hoping there's machine guns involved.
In leisure suits.
And a machine gun, I'm hoping. Go ahead, Troy. I'm sorry. I had to get that out there.
Well, I wonder, like, because there's just a way that the Japanese, I think, tell stories that maybe, like, do you have Japanese movies that you're like, yes, that one is fucking great,
Like,
or
I've
are you
watched,
just
like
No,
other
lots
ones
of
that I've enjoyed? Like
Other-
Story of Ricky O, The Duel of the Deaf. Like, there's really good ones out there. And then, like,
Rikio Japanese?
I think so.
I think, I don't know.
I don't know.
I was a kid of Godzilla movies. That was my Japanese movies.
Yes,
I knew martial arts. When I was that age, so when someone said martial art movie, it was immediately Bruce Lee all the time. That was just the only one that would come, because that's all I was exposed to. I didn't have all the little nooks and crannies to dig into going down rabbit holes. But Godzilla, we had a place to rent movies that had a wall of all the Godzilla movies. And that's what I cut my teeth
That's
on.
a good rental place.
Right. And I'm watching this. A, this is Toho. B, I knew this movie was very influential later on in cinema. I believe I'm with Nate a little bit that it got built up so high in my mind, and then I watch it going, it's not what I expected.
Well, there's a lot of scene setting. There's a lot of quiet. There's a lot of moments of
a lot
like
of silence. The silence is beautiful in this film.
waiting
there's also,
waiting for the action to happen, and it's like the building the tension. I don't know. It just might be the way that they tell the story.
I think that the sword fighting is like those one-on-ones. That's a lot more historically accurate than, like, I don't know, The Princess Bride, where it's a 10-minute fight scene.
Like, I'm fine
The
with
samurai
quick-
were like, bam, and it's over. Somebody got cut and somebody's dead. Maybe
Like,
both of them.
I'm fine with stuff like that because that's like one of my favorite scenes from the Predators movie, where you have like the Predator face off against the Yakuza and like the quick one hit, and then you see where one passed away. But like, even with this movie, there's like technical issues where like the audio just cuts out completely. And I was like, Wait, what?
That was a bit jarring. There's parts of
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something to do with Max, or if it's in the movie.
Oh, I
but
didn't notice it.
there's like no backing track.
Like nothing.
Like there's
Something would
there's no
happen?
ambient sound.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, when something like someone talks or something get ready to happen, the sound would come back in. But there was
really,
it was
Gosh,
a true white and like just nothing.
Yeah,
And it's jarring.
I think that's a choice.
I think
you
so
know,
too.
It's
and that's
very
why I'm
like it's calm, still, quiet, like contemplative, meditative stuff. And I think that's a very Japanese storytelling thing. Like, I love Beat Takeshi. He's one of my favorite directors. He did like a lot of like 90s Yakuza movies. But like in so many of the movies, there's just a scene of him like ominously like staring a guy down. And it's quiet and subtle and like, you know, me and my friend joke about it because we fucking love to just watch Beat Takeshi just quietly stare a guy down. And I think it's just a cultural thing that, you know, we really don't have the equivalent of that except maybe some Clint Eastwood stuff. But for the most part, we don't have like quiet guys just staring dudes down, especially in a post-Marvel world where everyone's quipping.
Well, and I get that, but I think it was because there was zero track to it. It didn't come across as that quiet before the storm
it
or
came
something
across
like
to me
that.
as a technical flaw.
Right. There's
That's what it came across to me.
There's a Jet Li movie, and I think it's Hero. It's one of his epic ones that he did. That this movie starts out, and he is basically just out in the countryside in this field. That's silence on his part, but all you hear is like the wind going by. It is quite possibly one of the most beautiful and moving moments I've ever witnessed on a movie personally. Like I watched that and I got chills from the calmness that they were implying in the film. That's not what I'm getting on here. I like the stoic, the way the guy is. It's very quiet right before I'm about to unsheath my sword or something like that. It was just very jarring that it was the absence of sound, like just nothing. And
that can be powerful. It can be much more powerful than an explosion or
that can,
a
but
stupid
it
machine
can't
gun
be,
and a werewolf.
It can't be absence of sound.
All werewolves should have machine guns.
No, you're wrong.
But I'm okay with silence.
Yes.
Silence is not absence of sound, though.
Right. You could have the wind. You could have water.
There has to be something because the world is not quiet. And that translates in a movie, especially when there's a lot of background in this movie. You know, a lot of small sounds, but there are jarring moments. I don't know why we're on this for so long, but it was jarring enough, and I agree with Nate 100% that it snaps you out of
it snapped me out
whatever
completely. And
you
then
were involved with.
There was another moment that snapped me out completely where these two girls, I don't know what they're doing, but they're just singing about poop.
Cat turds.
Singing about turds. And
It's worse in the manga. That song is way dirtier in the manga, by the way.
But then I'm just like, here's this movie.
It was that
probably
scene
on,
was a
like,
trigger. That scene was a trigger to remember the choice that he gave Daigoro. That was the
flashback
trigger.
was weird.
Yeah,
they did not transition.
Right.
They
but
did not transition that flashback.
That's
correctly.
your Wayne's World.
No, I would have been totally okay with
No, you're not okay with that. That's
because I had no idea I was witnessing a flashback.
Exactly.
Because of how this movie is done in vignettes.
And I told you in the earlier that y'all need some culture. And you need to figure out when things. You need to figure out when things are flashbacks and when they aren't.
It is still
All Americans don't need to be spoon fed this shit.
And I don't realize it till all of a sudden they're singing about the turd again.
All
And
I
I
know
go, was
was-
that a flashback?
That was the book.
Why are we on the turd song?
More movies need songs about turds.
I'm not
okay
going to
with
deny
that.
that.
Any movie.
I could not
I'm
agree
pro
more with
poop
that.
songs. My problem is this is probably on a AFI top 100 movies, and I'm watching it going, there's this bad flashback poop song, no audio. This movie is not this technical achievement.
This is
that everyone
Criterion,
is
by the
telling me.
way. Yeah, this is Criterion.
And you know what though? Armageddon's Criterion, and Armageddon deserves
How
to be
the
Criterion.
hell did? Oh my god!
He made his own opening. You
I know.
realize that, right?
Yeah.
He literally clawed that opening to drop that in there, and I adore it. But I did not hate this movie.
Right.
Same.
I did not care for this movie, though.
Exactly.
And it is because there is some, and you keep saying it's culture when I'm going.
I'm also shitting with you.
I know it is, but I'm also letting the people know that a lot of this is also, they're still learning filmmaking for the most part. We're still only talking the 70s, and we're talking about Japan when we had dudes in giant rubber monster suits.
It's not Hollywood.
It's not. It's not.
But
There's
Akira
not
Kurosawa has been making movies forever at this point.
He has,
and
but
there's no
Akira
question that
Kurosawa.
he's a master.
But that's not this.
I'm not going to argue that.
Right. This is Toho kind of trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Kurosawa did a lot of his stuff in Toho.
He did, but
most of it.
Still,
actually.
you're being an apologist right now, Pete.
Akira Kurosawa, Nate. I'm gonna fucking come over there.
How do you know how to spell Kurosawa?
Jesus Christ. Can
somebody
talk? My brain hurts.
No, he's fine. Brian, carry us out of this so Pete's brain will quit hurting. We're getting to the final fight right after all this stuff. So give us your thoughts on that.
All right. So, I mean, real quick to back up for a second, it's like you have to remember that like Japanese like doing films like this, especially post-war, is like this is after World War II. They've rebuilt their whole country and society. And, you know, they're clearly influenced by America and they're trying to catch up in the world of entertainment. And they're constrained with lower budgets and things like that. And they're still putting out things with artistic merit that still, you know, hold up and are worth watching, even on smaller budgets. Things like Tokyo Drifter, all the Kurosawa stuff. I think this you could add to that. So I think you got to give them a pass on weird artistic flourishes because they're trying to do something unique because there's been so many black and white samurai films. It's run of the mill, and they're adding in these surreal elements to really differentiate it and make it like this bloody, gory affair that, I mean, clearly it's influential. You can't watch this and not think of Kill Bill, you know?
Oh, you're 100% correct.
Or
on that.
other things, yeah.
Yeah.
This has its fingers all into the future of filmmaking.
And well, I think here's my problem though, is like I saw Kill Bill first.
Me too.
You know, so that's what I gravitate towards.
Sure.
Of like, I just
We
rather
all
watch
did.
Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
also, we can't break our own rule where I can't compare this movie to Kill Bill. I can't compare this to newer movies. You know, I can't compare it to the gore of Ninja Assassin. I have to look at it as 1972. And I like what Brian's saying right there. And he's 100% right that what they are capable of giving us. And I am not denying the fact that this is a beautiful, gorgeously shot movie. It is acted well. I think the disjointedness comes from their way of trying to tell a story, and we're watching it through a Western lens. And I have no background with the manga, so I have no preconceived like ideas of what the movie should be. You know, it's like someone watching one of the newer Marvel movies, and then they go, "Okay, what comic is that?" And I have to be like, "Well, it's in this one." They take this character from here. That character's not even in the fucking comic book, but you know, you'll follow this. So I don't have any of that when I'm sitting down. I'm watching Lone Wolf and Cub for the first time, and I'm going, how do I feel about this? And I try to be fair about it. And again, I don't hate this movie. It's just not my kind of movie. But I'm going to watch the other ones. I will say that, especially after watching that trailer. Nate, watch that trailer on YouTube. You'll think about it for a second. I'll send you the link.
You'll change your mind after you watch the second film. Watch the second film.
I would have much rather have just covered the second film.
I actually preferred the first one to the second one, but the second one is definitely a more fun movie. It's like loaded with like schlock. You know, there's like limbs flying everywhere. That's
what I like, though. That's my thing.
Yeah, it's way more fun, but I think, you know, I like that surreal element in the first one. I would consider it to be a better movie, but the second one has a lot of fun shit in it, you know?
I think Nate, we would like the second one. That's where I think I would need to watch the second one. And
I think you would be hooked in if you did me a favor and watched the second one.
But now, like, here's my problem though. Like, I was so just like turned off from this, where I'm like, do I even care? You know, and I know it's only like 80 some minutes. You know,
I feel you.
It's one of those,
a lot of time in this.
I could use that. Like, once this was over, I was like, oh yeah, like God, the other Takeshi Miike movie that was about samurai movie that came out, Blade of the Immortal.
Samurai? Blade of the Immortal. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. Like, I've been wanting to watch that because 13 Warriors was so awesome, or whatever that was called. Yeah. Like, that's what it did for me. I was like, I'd rather just watch
he
something
built his
more.
stuff on the back of these films.
True.
And others.
True.
Yeah.
I will. The cultural influence of this movie cannot be argued.
It's the modern lens that does it for me, the millennial, where I'm just like, I don't.
It's a difficult thing to get over. I won't compare it to a modern movie, but it's hard as me watching it to be like, oh yeah, this is it. But I will say, until I watched that trailer today, I had zero interest in watching any of the other movies. Just like Nate, watching those little clips of stuff I see coming up later, I'm like, damn it, I might have to give this a shot. Yeah.
Not just Gatling guns, and you and I can chat through the film,
because while I watched badass Gatling guns in the trailer, the two little pea shooter pistols that look like someone threw a rock at the crib when the bullet bounces back at a ricochet. This was another problem that we don't normally do this. Normally when we watch movies, we don't talk to each other about the movie. We wait till we're here and we talk about
best to do it.
We got on Slack chat and we already lit the fire way early.
I started it because I was excited. I was like, all right, I'm in. The first dude gets his face chopped and there's just blood everywhere. And I'm like, man, 1972, blood everywhere? Hell yeah, I'm in. And then we get to the river fight. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm definitely in on this.
I'm 10 minutes behind you. You started it and you were talking and I'm like, oh shit, I'm just going to start it.
And it was so weird to watch a movie just slowly lose me more and more as it went on.
And you could see it in the conversation.
You really
could. And then Charlie's like, oh boy. Oh no. And Pete's like, what? You're all idiots. And then
we immediately got called out.
As we're saying stuff, he went, well, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. And I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't watch the movies that he picks.
I was waiting for it to be fresh in my brain because I do have a problem with remembering things. That's for sure.
I'm just going to say, I'm glad I watched this in my office and Jackie was not involved in watching this. She kept asking this week, is there a movie to watch? I went, no.
Well, here's also, admittedly, here is
He's
my
not
other
want
problem.
to watch next week's either.
I had just finished watching Gangs of New York right before this.
That's not even fair.
I am in this like Bill the Butcher. Hell yeah, let's watch that guy get killed.
Not
like
even fair.
Yeah, like that's also my bad. I should have not watched Gangs of New York before this because nothing is fair compared to that of Daniel Day-Lewis.
Absolutely not.
But I would like to see them remake Die Hard with Daniel Day-Lewis.
I think that would be awesome. All right, well, guys, what do you think we just jump into the things now and continue on with that?
Get me out of here.
Oh, Nate, screw you, dude.
Yeah.
Come over there, and I'm gonna
leave anything for us.
Beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
Hey, it's better than Robo Geisha, and it's better than that one Honey Cutie Pie.
Oh my god!
Hey, I am a redheaded stepchild.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Brian, go watch Cutie Honey. You're gonna love it.
Hey, Brian, don't.
Yep. Go watch it. How about this? Don't do that.
Do you like anime?
It's based on an anime.
I'm not really an anime guy. There's only a couple that I've really watched, but if it's trashy, I'm willing to give it a shot.
It's live
I wouldn't
anime.
even consider
It's
it trashy.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
just pure trash.
Yeah, it was something. That's for sure.
It's on YouTube.
All right,
Wait till
well,
February, guys.
I pulled up this body count and kind of shocks me. I don't remember it being this big.
Mm-hmm.
There's 64 people that die in this
It's
movie.
a lot of people.
And I'm going,
nice. And it's all
where?
that one dude. He kills them all. This is a badass. Steven Seagal wishes he was this badass. That motherfucker can't.
No, because Steven Seagal with that baby, like, now you go over here, put your hand right here,
Dude,
and then I'm gonna
gross.
flip you.
Gross. Stop it. That's gross.
what I'm gonna do there is you put your elbow there,
Stop.
my elbow there.
Stop.
I don't know where
Sydney,
he's going.
Stop.
Knock it off.
All right, let's pick our favorite one.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
All right, we're going to pick our favorite death in the movie. For those of you that are new to us, which just basically is for Brian's benefit, not ours. But I'm going to start with Troy first to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, Troy, give it to us.
I think my favorite is in the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
He's slashing at people, and there's a moment where like you're looking down an alley, and he whips his sword around, and then he turns around and he starts fighting other people, and you just notice that the guy that's standing in the alley, his head just kind of like falls and like bounces down the alley, and then the rest of the body falls. I love that moment because it's just so like
roll the head down. That's amazing.
That's my favorite kill in this movie.
I did like that one. Nate, Mr. Surly Face, what's your favorite kill in this movie?
I guess it's the guy that gets his ankles cut off. I'm assuming he dies.
I'm pretty sure he bled out.
Worse, he doesn't.
Like if not, he's wishing he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the one
Really,
I remember.
Oh Jesus!
What I remember. All right, Brian, you got the gist of this?
Yeah. Oh man, this is tough. I can't remember if it's this one or the next one in the series. Does he cleave a guy in half in this one, or am I thinking of the second one?
I think that's the second one.
That's
the second one. So
somebody's head in this one.
Yeah. So
someone leaved in part 2, and we didn't pick that one.
So I'm gonna say the kill where he uses the mirror on his baby's head.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
I have adapted that. When I walk my child now, I put a mirror on her head just in case. So I'm ready to blind anybody at a moment's notice.
Just in case they're going to rob you or steal it.
Yeah,
I'd be worried about that one sunburn in the back of my head. That's what would worry me. Why has he got that weird bald spot right there?
Why do you have cancer right on the back of your head? I don't even get that.
I'm going to let Birthday Boy go last. So that means I think Nate didn't give enough emphasis behind it, but I'm doing the Cotton Hill kill.
I don't believe you. It's great.
Slices that sword across this guy's shins, and just the legs are still standing, and the body falls, and blood spurts out everywhere. It is hilarious, and I immediately went in the checks going, someone got Cotton Hilled, and it was the first thing I could think of. Fitty Ninjas took him out. But I like that one, but I did like the fight with the mirror. I thought that was really cool, creative.
Yeah,
because
it's cool to see a decapitation like that done.
Yeah, but I like the lead up where the other guy is basically going, my guy has the son at his back and the demon has the child at his. It truly is an even fight. And then that dude just dips his head down. The kid blinds him. I'm like, that's awesome. I did love that whole lead up to that. But the kill's the shin. So, Birthday Boy, what's your favorite?
My favorite is probably the ankle kill, but the biggest badass kill. It's not my favorite, but it's the baddest ass kill in this entire film is him sitting on his knees talking to somebody hiring him to do something, and he's got two guys behind him coming out of nowhere.
Yep.
Going to assassinate him. And he even tells them before they attack him, like, okay, if this is the guy I think he is, you're both dead. And they said, we will lay our lives down for you. We're going to make sure that this is the right guy. They come in. He doesn't get up, doesn't even look behind him, and swish, swash, swoosh, two dead guys without standing up, without barely moving. It is the most badass kill you've ever seen.
Yep.
It is a no-look katana kill. Who does that?
They're like the buzzing of flies to
right.
the demon.
Oh, it's amazing. That's my favorite was ankles, but the biggest badass was that
I also
one.
didn't understand the logic of sending those two to kill him, because it was
They were
like, you
testing
two.
him.
But here's my thought, right? These two are your best swordsmen. And then you have the Ronin, who is an even better swordsman. What if, hear me out, you three team up and then you have three awesome swordsmen
No.
instead of killing two of the really good ones and only
Then he
having
wouldn't
one
be Lone
again.
Wolf.
It's almost
Right.
like this is why Japan loses wars. All I'm saying is there is a reason why they have bad tactics.
I had a joke prepped up and Nate just obliterated the world right there. I won't
Look
even
at
make
me.
a joke about
Look at
that,
me.
but
I am the Oppenheimer now.
someone yelled out that he wouldn't be the Lone Ranger, and I'm like, you can have up to 3 members in the Lone Rangers.
You can.
That's
But I was just like,
that's
you know
that's
he's
why the
good.
prostitute men come with him at the end
And
of
you
the
know
movie
these
because he's
guys
the
are
Lone Wolf
good.
and Cub.
Just team up.
Nope.
This is why they can't win wars.
I understand
Oh my
his
God.
perspective. Like, imagine like you got these two dipshits who aren't as good as you. Now they're following you
Exactly.
around. It's like, I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't need them. Get away
That
from
is
me.
the
These
equivalent.
assholes are going to get me killed.
I
But
feel like the
they should
baby's
be-
going to kill before anything else.
Nah,
Why does the Joker
baby's on board.
hire henchmen? You need cannon fodder. You
Yeah.
need somebody in the front to take the force of Batman.
Push him into the sword, right?
Exactly. Strategy. Okay. Let's rate this thing. Lone Rangers. All right. I don't know who to start with. Troy, you love this stuff. What do you give? How many Leongs are you giving Lone Wolf and Cub Sword of Vengeance?
I love this stuff. Yeah, this is a 9 for me.
Nice.
That's
nice.
really high.
It's really high. I mean, like this
really
is
high.
It's your
there's the storytelling, there's the myth making, there and there's the history. Like that's another thing that these things are known for is that this is all really researched. Like there's some stories that are in the manga, and I don't know if they wind up in the movies that are just like the way that you did things in this era in Japan. Like there's a whole story about there's a place where you have to forge the river, and there are poor people that sit there by the river, and you pay them, and they'll put you on your shoulders, and they'll walk you across the river so that you don't get totally soaked.
I've not seen that in this movie, but I've heard of that type of thing.
And just these dumb little details that are just I love this stuff because it's so different from anything that I know, and this is 9.
Look, I wouldn't have been shocked after he held up all the little manga books that he would have ripped his shirt off right now and had Lone Wolf and Cub tattooed on his chest.
And a diaper.
And a diaper.
You don't know.
We are hollow people for not seeing Troy rip off his shirt and his
This is
and
true.
seeing his
This is
diaper.
true. Brian, how many Al Leongs, the greatest henchman ever, are you giving Lone Wolf and Cub? You got up to 10, and you can do halves.
Okay. I am gonna go with an 8. I loved this. I thought this was really well done. I went in completely blind, knowing nothing other than the concept. So I was completely taken aback by everything. Like, I love the blood spraying, all the gore. Like, I thought it was going to be like one of those like one chop and dead deals. I wasn't expecting as much violence. I loved that. I love the little surreal hints. I'm into the series now. I think this is so well done. I also love like the period shit, like just spending time in that samurai world and that culture. It's fucking cool. And it's also like, I'm a new father, but it's like, I think this has that thing of fatherhood in it and, raising a child. And like, when I did a deep dive into like the manga, like reading and research on it, the author was saying that like he wrote this because he felt like there was like an epidemic of like weak fathers and fatherlessness happening in Japan at that time. And he wrote this in response to it. And it's like, yeah, this is fucking it. It's honor. It's you and your child doing what you fucking have to do. It's
Nice.
cool. I loved it.
Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to go next because I want to leave the showdown between Pete and Nate for this last
man.
part.
That's all right. I got a kid behind me with a mirror.
I will lose.
All. I have my issues with this movie, but I will not fault for the beautifulness of it. I do love the fights. I like the acting. I think the storytelling is a bit disjointed, even though we can explain it away. I'm going to give it a 5.5, which is just over average. 5 would be a watchable movie. I think there's a few little more things I want to do. I have a feeling I will like other ones more in the series. And so I don't want to completely shit on this movie, which has become the trope when Pete picks a movie, is it totally gets shit on. I love slugs. I just want to put that on the record.
Yeah. Nate is a terrible person.
Nate loved Raw. So
Nate is a wonderful person for
I'm the
Raw.
one that has only picked banger movies
and
with no faults.
And Thirst. Nate like Thirst.
We went through this whole Thirst. Fuck Thirst.
You're so wrong.
Wait, the vampire movie?
Yeah, Charlie's wrong. It's weird.
The quotation vampire movie.
I like Thirst.
Yes. See?
It is the worst. It is the
back all the
worst
time, man.
rating you can get on the show. It's 10 Al Leongs, but if I give you a Thirst rating, I've also given a movie a negative Thirst. That means it's really bad.
It's wrong.
Yeah, Thirst is trash. But
no,
I like
I
like enough of Lone Wolf and Cub that it's definitely a watchable movie. I understand why you guys rank it where you do, and I'm going to continue the series. All because of a trailer, which is really weird.
Excellent.
It's just a trailer. So.
Wait, I thought trailers were supposed to sell you the movie.
They sold me all 6 in a minute and 40 seconds. So I was in. This, I should make you both go at the same time as a true
No, you don't
duel.
want that.
Wait, what was your rating though, Charlie? I don't think we got the actual
5.5.
5.5.
5.5. Okay.
5.5. Nate the Cub, you go.
Nate.
I am going to give this a 6, which is
what the fuck? Why would
5 is a movie. We've always said that.
Mm-hmm.
An
the
average.
Reason I'm giving this a 6 is because of what it pulls off for 1972 with the blood sprays, with that part. Everything else, I do not care to revisit this movie.
This is bullshit. Why are you higher than me? I purposely went 0.5 knowing you were going to do like a 4.5 or a 5.
No, like 4.5.
No.
Like a bad movie. This is a
You're
movie
not
that
selling this as an
exist.
average movie right now. Like I sold it all. It was my explanation as an average movie. You just went, I'm never going to watch this movie again. And you gave it a 6?
Yeah, I'm still going to be respectful of it.
I'm giving it a 6.5 now. Fuck
Okay.
you. You're lower. You're lower.
Do I hear 7? Do I hear 7? And we got a 7 over here. We got
Because
a 7 over here. 7 for 5.
Shit. I fully expected a 4.5 or a 5 out of you.
No, like,
shenanigans. You just didn't want to be at the bottom.
No. My Letterboxd review was 3 stars, and I always times them by
Nate doesn't
2.
want to be on top like a plank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but there's gross rape scenes in this.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
I figured that was going to take a whole point for you all.
Super gross rape scene. It's
like
bad.
It's just cool to see all the anime blood sprays happen in 1972 and how much of it happens because you don't expect that. Like Brian was saying, you expect maybe 1, and that's where all their budget went for one guy. And also that guy had to be the same guy that got killed every time. They're like, Dave, we need you back on set. This time you're going to get a sword in the gut. Dave, back on set. This time you're going to lose both ankles. Good thing you lost those ankles in a canoeing trip last summer and that you already don't have ankles. Like
that was a thing back in the day. They would use
What kind of canoe
amputees
trips
and
you
special
go on, man?
effects.
Blades.
Yeah.
But like everything that this movie sells itself for with a dad and a son, like I don't care for either character because the son does nothing. I expected the son to have a sword and do stuff, but he doesn't.
He's 3.
I expected the son to have a sword and do
selected
stuff.
the sword.
He selected it, and also when you sell it as well, the Mandalorian was based on this. Grogu does stuff right from the get-go. And so I was like, all right, clearly, if Grogu did stuff, clearly this kid's going to do stuff.
Almost 50 years later.
You know what? I'm gonna stop you right
kid
there
didn't
because
do
in the
stuff.
first season, Grogu didn't do shit.
No, he saved Mando a couple times with the Force.
There was a long time before he did anything. So
yeah, but he did do stuff.
Stop it! I'm already pissed at you about your fucking rating.
No,
Pete,
I'm not.
no, you're done. You're done. You're done. Done.
I don't want to watch the rest of these movies.
Brain hurt.
And somehow you rated it higher than me.
I'm giving it a respectable
I'm
six
gonna make us
because
watch the next one.
I don't want to feel like an idiot for giving it a
You look like an
4.5.
idiot.
No, if anything,
No.
I'm upset that Pete once again did not pick a full-on action movie and picked a movie that had 3 action scenes. And my action movie for my birthday is nonstop fun. It's a ballistic, fun ride.
He's kind of got you there. On
And
that
it's
one.
got Danny Trejo.
It does have Danny Trejo.
Wait, what's your birthday movie?
I'm not revealing it yet until next week.
We got it narrowed down for a Danny Trejo.
Now I'm all
Yeah, all you have to do is go through like 400 movies.
Yeah, just
right,
400.
exactly.
Pete, will you please? What are
So,
you rating?
surprisingly, this is a 7.5 for me.
Respectable.
This is a movie that I really like. However, the series overall is a 9 because it progressively gets better. The story the story snowballs. It keeps going and it keeps building up. And there are other people. The films are these vignettes and these situations he gets into, but the overall arc is that he does eventually get his vengeance, and well, I'm not going to reveal the end of it.
Well, no, I was going to say this is something I've picked up on this episode with you, Pete. Is you haven't just been saying this movie. You've talked about it as an entire series, which is a little unfair to us because
totally
we're only allowed to look at it
Nate,
from one movie.
Shut the fuck up, Nate. You already have said, I'm not going to watch the next one because I don't like the first one.
I'm not.
Fuck
because
off.
the
No,
first
no,
one should be
shut
the
up.
selling point for the other ones, and it
Nope.
doesn't.
You-
Instead, it made me go,
Nope.
I do not care
Nope.
how this story ends whatsoever.
Nope. I'm telling you that they get progressively better. Now, I think the second film might be the best, but the story continues and it gets better and better. And it's an experience through this character's story arc. I feel it's worth your time.
And that's pretty much the point I was making was you're selling it to us through the lens of the series,
right?
Which
is
we're
why I
only
said
allowed to look at this much of it.
First film is a 7.5. It is not. It is
that's
clearly
what
not the best in the series.
That's what clued me in on that one. So, all right, Nate, do you have a trash opinion, or has your opinion been the trash opinion?
Trash opinion.
It's Nate's opinion.
No,
Screw
my
you,
trash.
Nate. This is your goddamn trash opinion.
Trash all over the first
No.
movie,
And then
Catalyst,
I
where I'm over
wrote
here going,
this
A
yesterday.
New Hope instantly is a badass movie. And you're like, yeah, I want more.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
I don't know how their whole thing worked better than the Danny DeVito trash movie.
Hey,
like I'm not even gonna fix it. Nope. That's going raw, just like that.
I'm sorry, Brian. Usually I'm much more friendlier.
Bullshit. You are such full of bullshit.
No, it's just Pete picks these movies that like they stick the knife
That
in
are
me
awesome?
and it twists. He
That
twists
are
the knife.
awesome. Yes, Brian. We are best friends now.
He does this all
You
the
and
time.
me and Troy are best friends.
Oh, I'm just a piece of shit. Okay, go ahead, Nate. What's your
You're
trash
okay,
review?
Charlie.
Hey, you had the lowest rating.
5.5.
This comes from Logan, who gave it a 1.5.
But you're gonna watch more of them. Yeah.
This came from Logan. who gave it a
Keep going,
1.5.
Logan. Go ahead.
And it said, or they said, made for mediocre samurai action until a penultimate climactic sequence
Good job,
where the
Troy.
main antagonist, the Yagu clan, forced the Ronin Itu to rape a prostitute. Rather than instantly beheaded the assassins as he's done in earlier instances, he follows through on the rape. Afterward, Edo happily slices and dices the criminals, thereby diminishing the evil, traumatizing action the protagonist willingly participated in. It only gets worse too. The prostitute falling in love with her quote-unquote hero as he quietly walks away from the massacre untouched by the violence or instantaneous Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he rapes the prostitute.
Yeah, he planks her.
Yeah,
He saves her life.
Yeah, it was like she never said no to him. You know, she was never like, "Don't have sex with me." She was like, "Oh wow, you're willing to bang me? You're awesome."
That's I'm
exactly
going
what
to
it
agree
is.
with that. It's more unwillingness at the beginning, but
in
then,
this stressful situation, you can still get an erection. Let's get down.
I just feel like he should have killed all the criminals in the room because they instantly were doing bad things once he came into that town.
I do have to laugh, and that reminded me that she literally makes fun of some of the dudes for not being able to get it up if it was a lot of
right afterwards
action going on
hey,
later.
Ask your little boy under your belly button if you could get it up.
I thought that question was going somewhere else.
Yeah,
Pete.
I was
about
like,
to
where
end
is
this
Pete going with this?
whole recording.
Why? Why is he? Why?
Phrasing. No, we're not. No, Troy, were you getting ready to say something? We can go right to you there.
No, that's I think
Troy's
that
like,
we
I'm
should,
not following that at
I
all.
don't want to be involved with this.
Troy's in a party.
Not asking my little boy anything. All right, let's thank our guest and apologize to our guest Brian for having to sit through this chaos of an episode.
Why are we apologizing?
This was great.
Thank you. This is what happens when I pick a movie and I rule the roost. We get a great film and great guests, Troy and Brian. Thank you so much Brian.
I brought Brian. What the hell?
I haven't mentioned Spider-Man though.
Brought him.
Brian, I'm sorry. I should mention
Brian
Spider-Man.
and I have. Why are you taking my guest? What the hell's wrong with you?
Hi, Charlie. I like you too.
It's your birthday. I get it, but I don't get to pick a fucking movie this month. So
I really wish you could have. Charlie, you better pick a banger of an action movie right in October. Well,
I
November.
don't get to pick anything in October.
Forgot spooky month.
I pick a movie and I didn't even. It's not even an action one that I picked. So
there's a revolver in it.
Okay,
hold up, Brian. Let us know who you are and you're lovely. You're genuinely your podcast. I do enjoy it.
All right, thank you. So my name is Brian Ruppert. I do a podcast reviewing history. We do all sorts of genres, anything based on a true story. We cover it. We do a deep dive into the movie. We crack jokes. We tell you what's real and fake in it. That's the basic premise of the show. We talk about other shit. October is all horror movies.
Yes.
You can find us Reviewing History Pod everywhere, reviewinghistorypod.com, all that shit. I also do video work for Tell 'em Steve Dave. If you go on their Patreon, you can find tons of stuff I do for Tell 'em Steve Dave.
That's
yeah, go listen to the Amityville episode with Brian. That was a genuine joy. I really that one made me laugh. That sold me on your whole show. So I've been downloading everything. So,
Thank you.
Yep. And once again, one of our friends that we've joined over on Instagram. And so if you really want to see what we're up to, that's the place to be. Also, if you want to follow us along, you can catch us over on Facebook at Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Facebook group. You can also, as I said, you can find us both over on Instagram. We are on X. We are on Threads. Our episodes are available on YouTube. Please, if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, go over and rate us 5 stars. Write us a review. We always appreciate it. It just kind of helps boost the algorithms. Please do the same for Brian over on his show.
Yes.
As well as do the same for Pete. It'd be a nice birthday present for Pete. If you go throw him some downloads to Good Beer Bad Movie Night.
God, we only
throw
do it
him
once a
some
month.
reviews. It's a once in a month. It's a good time had by all. Especially the Speed 2 episode, which was amazing.
Probably their best episode for reasons unknown.
One of my better 6-minute synopsises.
The whole episode is probably the gold standard of good beer, bad
Oh
movie.
yeah, honestly, that's what
I
they
don't-
should be
I don't
trying
know
to
about
achieve.
that.
from
No,
here on
it's
out.
gold. It's gold standard.
Yep.
It's gold standard.
These ding dongs were on it. So.
Oh, were we? I didn't even remember.
All I'm saying is,
I didn't even remember that.
That's some of the best storytelling ever in that one.
So, Pete, now is the time. You're gonna have to tell us. What you get 2 in a row? Jesus Christ!
I do.
I'm worried.
I get 2 in a row. So I get to pick 2 movies in a row. So I did Lone Wolf and Cub as the action movie. And I was going to do a Paul Naschy film. Paul Naschy is a Spaniard. He is a Spanish filmmaker, producer, writer. He does all sorts of stuff. And he's very famous for his werewolf movies. But I wanted to start at the beginning of his werewolf movies, and it happens that film is out of print and streaming nowhere. So we're kind of hosed on that one. And I did find a copy of it for $50. And I don't know if that movie, if I want to watch that for $50.
Don't know if my birthday's worth $50.
I don't know it. So instead, I have shifted my choice into Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
All right.
It is available on something somewhere, and it is still in the plastic that I just bought the Blu-ray off of Amazon. I was going to do Frankenhooker, but people have seen Frankenhooker. Have people seen Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers?
Now, this is a Fred Olin Ray movie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good. I assure you, this is not a banger. This is a piece of shit movie. Brian, this is your kind of movie. If you've not seen it already, I'm sure you've seen it.
No, I actually have never seen.
You're in a trash cinema and you haven't seen Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Have you seen Frankenhooker?
Frankenhooker is another one that escaped me. No, I haven't seen that. I know. I gotta watch it.
Whoa. Okay. So we might.
Yeah, I follow Fred Olin Ray on social media, and
Yeah.
that dude's a character. And
This is
Spoils of Horror just covered Evil Tunes.
Yes.
There's
Yep.
another Fred Olin Ray, and what's the other one? Jacko. Jacko was Fred Olin Ray.
Oh.
So they've covered 2 of his movies. So wow, we're dipping our toes into that already.
Oh yeah. Here we go. We're diving full into this garbage.
Let me say this though. Movie. This is the kind of shit I expect you to bring.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about all the other stuff you try to bring on this show, and I'm like, that's not Pete enough. Why are you doing this to me? And finally, you bring something, and I'm like, yeah, that's a Pete movie. That's something.
Something that means something.
He tries to do these things where, like, he tries to push our buttons and stick 2 knives in to our eyeballs and twists them and makes it to where it's a very painful experience. But then he uses these phrases that don't mean anything for what he's covering.
So,
well, oh, Nate. Anywho, so that's what's next week. We're gonna enjoy
so
this.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
So that should be,
from the director that did A Wedding for Christmas, A Christmas in Royal Fashion, One Fine Christmas, Baking Christmas, A Christmas Princess.
What are you?
A Royal Christmas Engagement.
What on God's green earth are you talking?
That's what Fred Olin Ray does now. He only makes Christmas movies.
Are they all Hallmark movies?
Probably.
I don't think they're Hallmark.
Hey,
I think he's
we,
just
we
doing
might
his
have
thing.
a Christmas movie this year.
From the director of Hollywood Hookers.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
All I'm saying is, if you don't like seeing women in vintage underwear, don't follow Fred Olin Ray on social media.
What's his social media links? I want to follow him.
Search Fred Olin Ray. I don't remember if he followed me first or I followed him, because I've only seen a handful of his movies, so he's not like someone I would have sought out. But for some reason, like when it goes, oh, you also are friends with this person, I got like a ton of directors that are following me now. And Fred popped up on there, and I was like, oh, okay, he's done this and this and this. And then all of a sudden, like Betty Page pinup looking women and women that are busting out of clothes. And I'm sorry, honey, he followed me. I scroll past.
Not my fault. He's sending.
Not my fault. He doesn't send them to me. He posts them out.
So he's
out
just like,
there.
Hey, Charlie, look at this one.
No,
Hey,
it's
Charlie,
never
take
a
look.
personal message to me. This is on his main page.
Oh, don't
It's
worry. We got a new bit where I'm going to start messaging people and like, I'll try.
Okay. Well, anybody got anything else for tonight?
No.
I'm
too drunk.
I want to go to bed.
All right.
We sound so defeated.
This last.
Thank you guys for having me again.
Brian, thank you
this was
so much.
a blast. I look forward to interacting with you.
Oh.
How about you cut that out?
He's
Can you
my
send me pin-ups
friend,
of
Pete.
you?
Damn it. He's my friend. Stop taking my
Oh.
friends.
Brian, I give you back to Charlie as your friend. As your friend.
All
I
right.
rescind my friendship.
Let's get out of here. Pete, why don't you get us out of here with the good word?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you got to have a good word for the movie.
All you got to do is
I
just
love it.
yell. So the dialogue
Yeah.
was-
Try
No,
not
there wasn't any yelling.
Don't make it racist.
Yeah.
Again.
Come on, Pete.
Racist again, or is that the
Suck
line?
my titties.
No,
No,
I'm not doing
no. Poo poo turd cat.
Were there any good quotes in this? Is it the
No.
good word?
No.
Oh
Okay,
no,
good-
he is using the underwater's fighting sting.
Here's a good word. Watch the next film. Just watch it.
No, I'm not gonna.
Watch the next film.
Yeah,
It's gonna get better. I promise it's gonna get better.
Start out with that one.
No, it started out good and it's gonna get better. No, shut up,
That's
Nate.
how you do things. You think I care
You
about
got
the
Star Wars,
storyline of
you
a
got
movie from
Empire
the
Strikes
70s?
Back. You got Kill Bill 1
Having
and
that
Kill Bill 2. You
spoiled
got
for me?
Terminator and
There's
Terminator
no way
2.
that's gonna bother me
You got
one bit.
RoboCop and RoboCop 2. Wait, no, that's Nate, you're wrong.